Good afternoon, everyone. We are continuing with Spencer Hebert, who is a partner at ecovillages.life. He's the designer of multiple eco-friendly, sustainable, off-grid and solar hybrid communities. Good afternoon, Spencer. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon, Michael. Thank you for having me. So I will dive right in into my presentation here. Okay. Can everybody hear me all right?
Yes, we can, Spencer.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, my name is Spencer Hebert. I represent Eco Villages, and our website is ecovillages.life. And what we do is we create eco-friendly and sustainable tiny home communities. And today we're going to kind of talk about how those eco-friendly and sustainable features that these communities have can overlap with you and your wallet, really, and create a great investment opportunity for you. A big focus of ours is finding the balance between convenience and efficiency in these homes. We want to make sure our homes are never compromising the conveniences of modern life, but also take the benefits of eco-friendly and green living. So we like to use the term eco-sensible because rather than being, more leaning towards, the term, you could say eco-freaks, we kind of ride that line and that balance of things that you can get benefits from financially and benefits for the earth and everything, but without losing any conveniences, any practicality in the homes. You don't have to live in a van to be eco-friendly and enjoy the financial benefits of green living. So, I mean, I did live in a van, so you don't have to. That's kind of my background. The things I do is I'm very hands-on approach with these things. So I designed what you could call a tiny home on wheels, if you want to call it that. But I converted a cargo van into a tiny home just so I could really immerse myself into that experience and then have more ideas for when we're expanding our communities and homes and designing these things. So, of course, the balance, as I said, is a top priority. If your home and the eco features in your home are causing you a headache, then they're not doing the job right. Green energy and eco features should relieve stress and not cause it. So I'm going to dive a little bit back about my past and my history a little more. And then I'm going to do this because I think it's quite relevant to the homes that we have today and kind of our thought process that goes into our design. So I grew up with a passion for sailing. Me and my father would sail often upwards of 2 months at a time. We would be out. And one thing you really realize on sailboats is that you really are kind of forced into living a very self-sufficient and off-grid, eco-friendly sort of lifestyle. Sailboats are great for this because they have a lot of systems in place that can support that kind of lifestyle, like producing their own power, producing often their own water, and being designed really well to have ample storage space. This is great. There's a lot of things that cross over between that lifestyle and the homes that we designed today. Kind of fading more into as I grew up, I started actually working in the marine industry, working on these boats. And while I was working on these boats, I was actually living on a 30-foot Catalina. Now, the Catalina is a great boat because it is kind of known for having an extremely efficient interior design as far as use of space goes. And so that's why I ended up, picking the Catalina to live on. And it kind of goes hand in hand with what we do as well, being extremely efficient in our designs to maximize practicality. So working in the marine industry and living on a boat, I actually spent more time on boats than I did on land, but I wondered why we couldn't implement more of these ideas into homes. So me and my father ended up working on a community of homes in Nicaragua called Milagro Verde. And the initial goal with those first homes were to design full-size homes that do not compromise in any sort of way, in any sort of practicality. You would operate them like a normal house. They would look like a normal house, but they would be supplied power by the sun. This was kind of before that was a common thing, of course. These days, that's not that exciting. A lot of homes are solar powered, but back then, it wasn't necessarily something that was done very often. We set out to set an example of homes that could be full-size homes and powered by the sun. Of course, we had to pick an environment like Nicaragua at Grand Pacifica, particularly, that has a lot of sun, and make this work. So we did that. Those homes are currently operating, and they are being rented out and lived in as we speak. But we wanted to continue to push for more and more efficient homes. And the next natural step there was to just downsize the footprint of the home. So here you have examples of three different homes from three different communities. There's multiple home designs in each community, but here's just three examples. In the top left, you have a home from the community called the Reef. This community is located in Honduras and on the mainland overlooking the island of Roatan. And it's a stunning location that this community is located. And if you're a diver or an ocean goer, you may have heard of Roatan. It's kind of world renowned for its high quality diving. But this particular community is hybrid. So what it does is it gathers solar power when the solar is adequate. And then when there's not enough solar power to meet your power demands, it will instantaneously and seamlessly jump over to grid power. These are nice. Both this home and the home in the bottom right corner are hybrid homes. And these are nice because, you get kind of the best of both worlds. The top right, you have a home from the Ava community. This is located in Grand Pacifica, Nicaragua. This Ava community is 100% off grid as far as power demands. They receive all their power from solar. And the way we combated the stresses of not having enough power at any given time was we just oversized the solar power systems. And with lithium ion today and much more efficient paneling, it's much more possible, and especially with highly efficient designed homes like these, it's very possible to have homes that are 100% off solar powered. And that's what we've done here. So let's talk a little bit more about the eco home features. What is it that makes these homes more sustainable? Of course, we talked about the solar. You can always go the route of wind as well. We tend to lean away from wind for now, just because the sound issues, when you have that many wind turbines going individually, it can cause a bit of a sound issue, but they're getting better and better in their design and quieter. And in fact, we plan on putting larger turbines to help support these communities in the future projects as well. But another feature these homes have is the green roofs. Now, green roofs have two major benefits. The first and foremost is obviously the aesthetic. They look cool. They're pretty unique. They provide a nice ambiance for just relaxing. Often we put these on accessible roofs that act as a terrace that you can watch the sunset from. But also there's a very practical effect as well, which is they have a great R value. So the most thermal transfer in a home happens through the roof, whether you're in a cold environment and you're losing energy through your roof, losing heat, or if you're in a hot environment and the sun is baking down on the roof. This is where the most transfer of energy will happen. And that's why it is important to have a very good and efficiently designed roof with a lot of insulation and a high R value. That's what these green roofs do. They provide a great barrier between you and the outside world and create a more efficient home. And then lastly, we have gray water recycling, which you have essentially potable water, which is drinking water, fresh water that comes out of your tap. And then you have gray water, which is water that has been used for anything other than septic, really, from washing hands in the kitchen to showering. And then you have black water, which is water that has been ran in a septic system or through a toilet. You can also recycle black water or septic, but we thought that, again, we're focusing on the balance between practicality. A lot of these homes are going to be rental homes. and we have no need to have renters having to worry about that kind of thing. So we decided that happy medium was recycling gray water. Tons of gray water is wasted, and what we do is we run that gray water that is perfectly fine minus a few things that might be tagging along with it. We filter those things out and we run it into your garden, and then that way you get another use for this water, and that water isn't just put to waste. So how do these benefits, how do these eco homes benefit you? Obviously, there's the more obvious one is that you're less wasteful in general. You can sleep better at night knowing that you're just being a less wasteful person. But of course, very importantly, they help your wallet as well. Efficient design is not only good for the planet, but it's great for your wallet too. All three of those things that we've talked about in the previous slide all benefit your wallet massively, whether or not they're just slightly reducing your bills or they're cutting out your electricity bill altogether. They all will reduce your bills and cause higher potential for a return or just lower bills if you're living there. Of course, these homes stand out as well. If you find yourself, jump on Airbnb. It's an extremely saturated market, the rental market, the vacation rental market in particular. But if you have a home that stands out, are you more likely to rent out the condo that is just like every other condo you've ever been in and has not a lot of exciting features to it? Or if you're going out on a vacation, renting something, you want to see something cool and new, you're probably more likely to rent out the home that powers itself from the sun and has a few extra cool eco features as well, especially when it's on a beautiful location. So of course you get to live and invest, know that you're investing or living with like-minded individuals. These communities are not only designed to be highly sustainable, but they're designed to bring people with common interests together. On the left here, you can see this is a master plan to the reef community. And you can see that oceanfront common area. There's a ton of different activities to do there, a lot of things to bring the community together. But also importantly, there are 7 units that are commercial units for lease that if you are in a position in your life that you've always thought about potentially moving, changing your lifestyle, moving to a tropical environment, but you just don't know you don't have that, you're nervous about income, there is a great potential for you here to reduce your overhead dramatically and then also be able to make an income as well and live a lot less of a stressful life. So these homes are also a great opportunity for digital nomads, and not just digital nomads, but other groups as well, whether that's yoga or doctors groups. But there's 2 benefits to this. Obviously, if you are a digital nomad, again, reducing your bills dramatically will help a lot. And you can continue to live that less stress, that stress-free lifestyle. And you can also, when you are being nomadic and moving around, these homes can produce an income for you as well. But then, of course, if you are looking at this from a rental property perspective, then an investment property, then you also have a great potential. These communities are designed with a great potential to host large groups of digital nomads, yogis, doctors, whatever it may be. These communities are designed to be a kind of a unique experience for these groups to go to. And therefore, you have a lot more capacity to, hold these people and have these guests here. And so let's just take a recap of the financial benefits. Of course, you lower your initial investment. You have, the homes being smaller overall are going to create a lesser investment initially. These homes are ranging everywhere from $70,000 to $120,000, or the larger, more luxurious models are upwards in the $350,000 range. But regardless, it's a lower initial investment. You have that lower overhead or cost of living, whether you're living in it or it's a rental. It's just a lot cheaper to operate the home. So you have that benefit as well. And then, of course, the higher occupancy rate. These being more attractive homes, you have a lot more people that are going to be interested in them. You can also charge a little bit higher, the average daily rate. can be a little bit higher than a typical condo of the same size because they are that much more attractive. So not only are you more likely to have a higher occupancy, but you can have that higher ADR as well, which of course is a benefit to your wallet. So thank you very much for listening and having me here today. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys may have. And if you think of any more questions down the line, we're more than happy to have you guys get in contact with us and can help you out there.
Hi there, Spencer. We have a couple of questions that are here. Let me read them out to you.
Okay.
One question is, so how do the rentals of these eco homes compare with regular non-eco homes?
Well, of course, yeah, as I stated, I mean, I can't give exact numbers, but these, they're more likely, I mean, you just kind of got to think about it from a perspective of yourself renting on, you know, whether you're Airbnb or whatever source you might be using to look for a place. What are you more likely to do? Are you more likely to rent the standard unit or the unit that's got some unique cool features? I mean, it's very likely. I can't give exact numbers because I can't promise anything, but it's just a lot more likely to have people be interested in these communities because of their unique designs.
Thank you. Another question is, can you mention the different countries that your communities are located in?
Yeah, we have communities in Honduras, Belize, and Nicaragua currently, as well as Panama. We've assisted with some designs and communities there as well.
Is the Honduran property located in La Ceiba?
It is very close to La Ceiba, yes. It is just outside La Ceiba, about 20 to 30-minute drive.
Perfect. Another question is, can you compare the projects and prices for sale now?
Oh yeah, of course. So in Honduras, the Reef community, you have homes ranging from 70 upwards of $99,000, 79 to 99,000 US dollars. In the Ava community, those ranges are from about 90 to $120,000. And for example, in Bella community, we're looking at about 299,000 to 350,000. And these are all, you know, plus closing, of course. But depending on whether or not you get the furniture package or any other, the smart tech package, if you're interested in that as well, there are some more closing costs there as well. But those are the prices right there, floor prices.
Do any of these properties qualify for CIB in any of those countries?
I'm not entirely sure. I know that I'm not entirely familiar with the term CIB.
Okay. Citizenship by
Oh
investment.
yeah, sorry. Okay, my apologies. Yes, they are.
There you
Sorry.
go.
No, it's okay. Yes, absolutely. They all and it's my understanding that all of these communities will qualify you for citizenship by investment. I know for a fact that Nicaragua, and we are 95% certain it'll be the same in Honduras. The one thing in Honduras is that you need to be set up to be a business, but that is very possible as well because you can set it up as a rental income business. So yes, they do qualify you.
Could you talk a little bit about what the process is of purchasing one of the properties using a US SDIRA limited liability company?
That is a question for our Rachel in our sales team. I know she's very familiar with that. I myself am Canadian, so I am not too familiar with it. But if you get in contact with Rachel, ECI Development, she can definitely answer that question for you.
Or folks, if you have any other questions, you can also email us at webinars@ecidevelopment.com. Okay, Spencer, I think that's about most of the questions here. If there are any other questions that come in, we will be sure to forward those to you so that we can get those answered.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Thank you too. Michael Honix, do you want to wrap it up?
Yes, we would like to thank you very much, Spencer, for sharing all these with us. And again, I'm just reminding everybody that all of the speakers' informations are available, recorded, and all 3 days broadcast is cost only $99. So I would urge you to get the recordings, and then you can review all the information, because it's a lot of information we received even today, and this is only 1/3 of the 3-day seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.